Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurrect Autos HQ. Today guys, we are starting on this Fiesta 1.2 Zetec, category N, non-structural. Yeah, just going to start stripping it down, the door and the wing. See if there's any more damage behind that as well. We'll have a look at that. Start the engine work as well, timing belt. I want to strip the engine down completely. So yeah, just have a good crack at it, and after that, then we'll get into the cleaning side of it. This car is absolutely filthy. Engine bay's filthy, inside of the car's filthy. It just needs a good old clean, and a little bit of Resurrect loving getting into this car. So yeah, well this is today's. But before we get into it guys, just yeah, big thanks to all the support and all the comments I was getting on the last video, which was the blue Fiesta. We're still not quite there when it comes to getting that running. We've got to get this, you know, get it running before I can take it any further. There's no point putting any engine flush in it because it just won't run. Just don't make sense. So, yeah, that's where we are with this one. We just got to wait and then just go through the motions, really. A lot of people saying that the ECU was spiked by the body shop. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Don't even comment again about that because the guy is that's all he does all day long, every day. He does this kind of work on like body shop work. No chance has he done any damage to this car. It's just a coincidence that this has happened whilst he was working on it, unless he's tripped a fuse or a relay, fuel pump, something like that. It's going to be something really stupid and really simple, but we just need to go through the motions until sort of get to the bottom of it. But that is for another day, guys. Yeah, that's for another day. We'll get cracking with this one today. So yeah, let's do this. So yes, here we go. Right, we need to think. The first we need to do is get this door off, and then I'm gonna work on getting the bonnet off. So we'll get that bonnet out of the way, remove it, put it over there somewhere safe. And then we can get to taking the light off, getting the wing off, get the wheel off, inner arch, take it off. And then we can get working on the engine and getting this stripped down for a timing belt kit, water pump, cam cover gasket, auxiliary belt, you know, oil filter, all that stuff. Yeah, it just needs a good clean. This car is absolutely filthy everywhere. It's just, the engine bay is terrible. Look how dusty that is, look. I don't know if it's anything to do with the actual salvage auction place, because the bonnet shuts and closes, so dust really shouldn't really get in there that much, but a lot of dust gets kicked up at those places, so you never know. But yeah, let's get cracking, guys. I'll set you up. Let's get this, let's start stripping it down. Yeah, so let's do this. Right, okay guys, there you go. That's the wing off. And it looks pretty decent, to be fair. There's no real sort of damage behind. There's nothing, none of this has been touched, the inner wing. So that's pretty good. Just looking around, this is obviously bent over where the wing is attached from this side. So that's got a little bit of bend on that. I'll just push that over. Hopefully the welds don't snap on it, otherwise they have to be re-welded, one each side. So, but yeah, none of this has been damaged. None of these brackets have been damaged. None of this inner wing. So that's all good. So yeah, I've obviously started to take this apart now, so we can get, we can get access to where the timing belt is and stuff like that. It's a lot easier, once the headlight is removed, the washer bottle's gone. It's a lot easier to get all to the actual engine side of it. So loads of space, loads of room. Bit rusty, I'll be honest with you. Bit rusty down there. The bracket's a bit rusty, so I might have to just protect that up a little bit. Spray when I put it back, I'll spray it up, make sure it's all sort of protected. But yeah, a little bit rusty there. But all right, okay. These discs definitely need changing. I can't leave them like that. So yeah, we're gonna get new discs, new pads on this as well. And obviously, down the side here to the door, you can see that much sort of, better access you've got. That's the light. Sorry, just trying to hook her up. You can see how much access you've got now to get into the actual door. So you can get to the bolts there and there, top there. I think I'm going to change these hinges, the actual hinge themselves, the whole piece. I can't trust that these will be straight. It's just, the door's so out of shape, out of squiff. It's just not worth it. And you can probably tell it's got a little bit of a twist here. It's just not worth it. So yeah, I'm going to change the actual door hinges to the door itself. And yeah, we'll crack on. Obviously you can get to the actual wiring loom as well. You just pop that off, and then you get to the wiring loom and that comes out. And then the door come off. So let's crack on. Let's get this door off, and yeah, we'll go from there and carry on. So let's do it. Right, okay. That one is off. To be honest with you, that was a lot harder than I thought. I've not taken one of these hinges off before. And it is, this bottom one was tucked in there. You can see that I had to make a hole in this stuff here, and it's right in there. Yeah. It's because obviously that that goes through, and that is on the inside, on the hinge bracket. Yeah. Whew, what a pain. This one is a completely different story. So it looks like that it is behind the dash, and there's all like metal brackets and all sorts there, which I don't think you can see it all in there. It's all behind this metal bracket system here. Like it's right up there. In there, you can see it. It's in line with the bracket there, and it's right behind all that. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get that one off without taking the dash out. And yeah, I'm definitely not going to get in there, guys. It's literally sitting. I don't know if I can do it. It's sitting. It's sitting just below that bolt there, and that bolt is there. Yeah, I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to get that out. Which is a real shame, because I would love to have changed this bracket as well, this hinge. I just can't see it. I just can't see how that comes out without taking the dash out. And even then, when you take the dash out, you've got to take the actual metal support bracket. There's like a metal cut, like you can see like this metal stuff here. Well, that's the actual support that goes across the back of the when you take a dash out. It's the metal support that goes behind it. Even that's got to come out. It's just, even if I undid these bolts here, there's one there, there's two, and then that one going through there, there's another one in there. Even if I did undo them, I don't think I'm going to pull it away enough to get to... No. I will have a mess around, guys. I will see if I can do this. If anyone else knows a way of getting those hinges off, let me know in the comments section below. But I just don't think it's doable as it is. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe get the other door. We'll put it on, and we'll just see what it lines up like. I'll change this hinge, definitely. And then we'll just see what it lines up like, guys. And that's, you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, it ain't that bad. Maybe, like, these need little twist or little tweak. I don't know. These little legs sticking out for the bolts. I don't know. Let's get the door. Once I get the door, I'll hang it and see if it works all right. But for now, we are stumped. But at least there's no damage on the seal. There's no damage to the door. And yeah, this should be okay. Right, let's move on to the engine. We've got to get this stripped down. I'm going to get to the timing belt, get that off. And yeah, let's see if I can remember how to do these ones. I've done one of these for a long time, not a long time, a little while now, and I'm sure it'll all come flooding back once I start getting into it. But for now, let me get into it, and I'll come back to you in a second. Let's set you up. Right, guys, we are getting somewhere. Yeah, pretty quick, really. It's just all come flooding back to me. So, yeah, I knew what process to undo stuff and sort of do stuff and you know, so, yeah. But as you can see, it's like, you know, it's wearing, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it probably could have carried on, to be honest with this belt, to be honest with you. But I'm just not going to... It's got a little bit of slack. So, yeah, a little bit of slack in it. But that could be the tensioner that's doing that. And, yeah, see, I can move that... I can move that belt, like, literally, you can see that there. I'm moving the belt backs and forwards, and I shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to do that. So it was a good job I'm doing this belt, to be honest with you, because that it looks like that tensioner is giving way. So, yeah, well, there you go. It just shows you. You should not be able to move this belt backs and forwards. That should be dead tight. Anyway, now we've got to do is we've got to get it top dead center, line up, get it timed. Basically, I've done loads of videos on this. If you want to know exactly step by step how to do these timing belts, water pump, and services on these engines, you can check out one of my other videos where you know I do a whole process of step by step, and I explain everything. But for now, I'm just going to sort of go through it. But you need to take off this spark plug here, take that out, and then you put a screwdriver in. You'll see me doing it on the time lapsing. You put a screwdriver in, and then you turn the engine over by hand. You find the top dead center, which is number 1 cylinder is at its highest point. And at the back here, you've got two little grooves, one there and one there. And this plate needs to be able to go into those grooves like that, and it needs to be able to go, yeah, see that where it's sitting like that, it's just slightly off, but that could be close to top dead center, don't know. But I've got to turn the engine around a couple of times to make sure that goes in and locks the actual cams on this side. And then once I've locked the cams there, I need to go on the back of the engine. There's a pin that needs to go on the back of that. Also, you can, I might do it, I'll have a look. You can remove the starter motor from the flywheel, and then you can put this plate here, will then lock into the flywheel and stop it from the bottom end of the engine turning. So then you know that it's locked up and it's timed. So yeah, that's what we're going to do next. I'll set you up. Let's go for that and carry on. Right, guys, that's it. It's all been timed. It's all been lined up. It's at top dead center. This is at the highest point on cylinder 1. You can see the plate is at the back holding the 2 cams here and here. So that's holding it in place. I've put a pin on the back of the engine. What you do, I've told you, you unscrew this bolt that's on the back of the engine over here. Just in there, I don't know if you can see that, it's too dark. It's at the back there. Yeah, you take this off and then you put a longer pin in, which come with a set, that set there. you just choose a pin and put it in. I've also done the starter motor, so I've removed the starter motor, pushed it to one side, and then got that that plate and pushed that plate with the long. You've got like different size bars, 1, 2, 3, and to get the longest one, put that in the bar, and then it holds. It holds the flywheel in place. So that's all set. There's no movement in it at all. I've checked. I've done it on sort of that way, and it's tight both ways. So there's no way that's going to move. It's absolutely solid. So now we need to get the belt off, release the tension, get that tensioner off, go for the water pump, get that out. Yeah, and carry on there. So I'll set you up. Let's go for that, and let's keep going. So there we go, guys. Yeah, it's all off. So you can see the water pump is off there. And yeah, I managed to get the crank bolt off with the impact gun. Obviously, got to be a powerful battery, and I used the 5 ampage hours battery, and it's got to be like literally fully charged to be able to get that off. And yeah, so, but I'll obviously get it back on when I do the reverse and put it back on. This will have to be torqued up. I might actually get a new one. Let me see. But it's ready to obviously go back on there, water pump and all that sort of stuff. But I'll show you what I've got over here, which is all the kit. I don't know if you noticed the lights underneath as well. My bar, my office bar. I've got a sign being made up at the minute, like the front one. I'm going to put a sign there, and then obviously got the lights coming down onto the sign. So yeah, that's that, guys. But with the parts, it's got a Dayco timing belt and water pump kit. Now, if you buy this separately, which you can buy the timing belt separate to the water pump, but it's a little bit more money. This was £100, including the dreaded lurgy, VAT. And you get everything in here. You get all the tensioners, you get a new water pump, you get the belt. It's all in there, as the box says. But yeah, it's a little bit cheaper if you do it this way than it is if you do it separately. But you can buy them separately if you want to. But you know, for what it is, for the work it takes to getting the timing belt off, it's a no-brainer to get the water pump done as well. And you know, I think for £100, like I said, a little bit of time for me, but peace of mind for the new owner, and peace of mind for me that I know that it's not going to snap. Which it looked. It's definitely an original one. Definitely an original Ford. Yeah, I'm not saying that, you know, these things have been changed and Ford, they went to Ford's and done it. I very much doubt if someone took a car back to Ford and said, can you do my timing belt if it ain't on warranty? So, but yeah, a little bit worn, but glad that it's done. Because the other thing as well is that people sort of, when I'm selling these cars, one of the first things they say is, has it had a service? When was the timing belt done? Now, all these questions are the things that they ask. So I've got to know what they sort of want to hear and want to know. And timing belt, water pump, and service, and all that sort of side of it is really crucial to someone. And everyone always checks the previous MOT histories as well on all the cars I've sold. You know, I always say, because I'm up front with everything, and I say, look, You know, go and check the, you know, I always have a print out anyway. I print off the MOT history, but I always say to them, you know, go and do your own checks on the car, have a look. MOT history is really, really good. And they always come back and say, yeah, I know, I've checked that. So I know is that when I'm looking for a car and I'm looking at certain cars to bid on, I always do the MOT checks. If it's got a long MOT like history and, you know, failed every year and, you know, specific things, then I absolutely avoid them. Even if the car, it looks really good, even if that fact, because I just know that when it comes to selling it, you're going to have a problem. But now, it's just the peace of mind for the new owner that this part of it is all done. And when they turn and say, when was time built done? Well, you know, look on the video, look on the channel. It's all on there. I'm not hiding nothing. So there you go. And I'm sure this one will just fly out the door. You know, I don't have any problems selling the cars because of what I put into them. And that's why I do it. So there you go. That's enough waffling. I will continue as far as I can on this today. The trouble is I've got to stop at some point because we've got another car project to pick up today. That will probably be on the channel on Friday. I will put a sneak peek of the car that I picked up today, later on this afternoon. So if you don't already, follow me on Instagram, and I'll show you. I'll post a picture of the car on Instagram so you can see it a day early before it goes out on YouTube. So yeah, it's just a nice little thing I like to do. It's just you know, the people that follow me on Instagram, they get a little sneak peek of what's coming up on the channel. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on there, guys. But for now, I'll crack on until it's time to go and pick up this other car. So, and I'll tell you now, the new project that I'm picking up, it's something I've not done before, and it's German. So yeah, there you go. So a little clue there, but we'll see what happens when we pick it up to see what it is. But it's going to be a good one, guys, because it's. I'll explain when I get it and pick it up and bring it back to the lockup. But basically, it's a non-runner and no keys. So again, a little bit risky, like the Polo GTI. That was risky, but I think it's definitely worth it. But let me crack on. I'll do as much as I can before I've got to go. So let's do it. Right, okay, just a quick update, guys. Yep, going really, really well, really smooth. Everything seems to be going back as it should. The water pump is in place and the bolts are done up to 10 Newton meters. And I put the belt on and it's nice and tight at the top where it should be, and then slack at the bottom as it should be as well, obviously, because that's free spinning. at the bottom. So yeah, the pulley, the bolt there, the new one, that has to be 25 Newton meters, and you can see it's 25 there, and then it's just a case of hearing it click like that. So that's done. And now when I pull the pin, this definitely tension itself, unlike the blue one, which the way I thought it was the same as this, that one's different. So you've got to turn it yourself. I showed you that. But this one, just pull that pin and it tensions the pulley there. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull that because everything's in place. The belt is in the correct position. That's in the correct position. That's sitting really snug and nice. So everything's in the right position. So it's a case of just pulling that pin and it tensions the belt up. So I'll do that now. There you go. All tensioned. So that's done now. Timing belt is all back together. Water pump's on. So now it's a case of just removing all the bars and all the pins, taking the plate out the starter motor, removing that, removing this plate here, removing the bolt at the back, and then just put the bolt back in the crank bolt back on, and then just turning it over by hand. And I'll do a few rotations of the engine. I'll just keep turning it, and then find top dead center again, and just check to make sure that the plate goes in, the pin goes in place. Then that's lined up, and it's all timed properly. So yeah, there you go. This is going a lot quicker than I thought, to be honest with you. But you know, after you've done a few of them, it seems to become, yeah, it does. It's a nice quick job. So I'll crack on, guys. I've still got a bit of time before I have to go and pick this new project up. So I'll crack on. I'll set you up. Let's just keep going. Let's just see how far I get. And you never know, I might get to a point where I can turn the key. So bear with me, and I'll come back to you. Right, as you just saw there, so I took all the pins out, took all the plate off, rotated the engine until we've come up top dead center again, with the writing in the same position. Put the plate back in place, put the pin in, put the starter motor plate back in to secure it for now. And yeah, absolutely lines up perfect. So I don't see any issues at all with this. So next thing is going to be put the cover on. I'm going to put the cover over this plastic cover. Yeah. Put the plastic cover over first, then the bracket, and then I'm going to tackle the bottom crank pulley. And this is it here. I've cleaned the inside of it because it was a bit rusty inside that. So I just got a wire brush and then just sort of, you know, clean that up a little bit. And then now it just slides on nice and free. Well, I had to use a pulley tool to get it off, so that's good for the next time someone does it. We've got a new bolt here. These are stretch bolts, so they need to be replaced. That's the old one, that's the new one, and that needs to be I think it needs to be 40 Newton meters a turn, then 90 degrees, then wait 10 seconds, 15 seconds for the stretch to happen or whatever, and then do another 15 degrees on the turn. So that's the next step after we put the covers on. So let's just keep going, guys, and again, let's just see how far we get. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Unfortunately, time has just got away from me. I have to leave it there, wrap it up. I need to go and get this new project. Yeah, I've got to get the trailer, take all the locks off and all that sort of stuff. So I've got to prepare the trailer and then get myself over there to pick up this new project. But I'm going to leave it there. It's more or less done. I've just got to put this, you know, the actual auxiliary belt has been put into position. I've just got to push the alternator up to place and then put the two bolts in, put the engine mount in place and do that up, put the cam cover, valve cover in place and torque that up as well. Still got to put this spark plug back in. So there's a few bits and pieces, but yeah, it's getting there. But I just, you know, I would have loved to have just turned that key to show you it running. It's just, yeah, I cannot do it. There's no point rushing it. I don't want to rush it and then, you know, there's an issue later on. I'd rather just sort of take my time, and if I really wanted to, I could rush it and sort of get it done before I left. But yeah, it's just not worth it, guys. So I'm going to leave it there for today. So that's going to be the end of today's video. Really appreciate the support. Don't forget, we've got a new project coming to the channel on Friday. I will drop you a picture on my Instagram, so you can see, yeah, a glimpse of it, sneak peek before it comes on the channel. But for now, that's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget, guys, drop me a comment if you've got anything to say, what I'm doing, what's going on. And yeah, really appreciate the support. And I'll see you on the next one.